What's up, everyone? It is Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards. Fun video today because we are going to take a stellar deep dive. Yep, we are. We are going to explore the depths of Stellar and see what it reveals. But before we get to that, thank you to everyone out there. Yes, thank you to all of you out there that have subbed, commented. Holy crap, you guys have been keeping me busy and I love it. So thank you to everyone out there. New fans, old fans, OG fans, Cubs fans, because I got my Sox hoodie, so there you go, Cubs fans too. Yeah, but let's do it. Let's get into a stellar deep dive. Seriously, buckle your seatbelts. I don't know, you might have to take a few Xannies or something to get through this. This is going to get deep. All right, so are you ready to go deep dive? First things first, check it out. I've got mine. Do you have yours? Yes, you've registered for Meridian 2821. All right, the juicy bit regarding Meridian 21 is this right here, and this is what I'm excited about. 12:30 to 1 p.m., so it's only a half hour, not a big chunk of time, okay? Stay tuned for a very special announcement and more details on this session. The reason it's special is because this session is hosted by Donnell Dixon, CEO and Executive Director of the Stellar Development Foundation. Super excited because if you look at this here, there's not many details. You look at all these other ones, look at the details. Some of these, right, local driving, okay, I get it. But there's no hype to it, right? But we know this here. More details, I like seeing it. So one of the big things that I have heard lately, okay, is people saying, you know what, Stellar Lumens, circulating supply, they're just printing, minting coins, blah, 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 and that's what's affecting the price. Well, let's clear the air on that, all right? And let's go deep dive and really see what Stellar is doing with their money. All right, cool. So if you go to stellar.org, and you know what, before we get there, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. Nice. All right, so scroll down to the bottom of this page, all right? And you want to go to dashboard, all right? We've looked at this part before, but what we want to look at here is in the middle of the page, total supply, non-circulating, and circulating. We are going to get you definitions on all of these, what they mean, and we're going to clear the air so that you are actually more informed about your Stellar Lumens like investments, right? Because isn't that kind of the idea? So let's go to Lumen supply metrics, all right? So let's start off with that one. So Lumen supply metrics, I've already clicked on that. That's this one right here. Let's go to the top of the page. Lumen supply metrics. SDF's dashboard API endpoint will always have live totals. Yes, always have live totals for essential numbers around lumens. This guide will explain all of that. Yes, it's all here public, right? Decentralized finance allows for public openness of financial ledgers. That's what it's so nice about Stellar, is that they are completely open about how they are spending everything. So you know exactly where all the lumens are going. All right, so you start off, it says, is original supply, inflation numbers, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go through all that. Yep, I told you, deep dive. That's why you're here. That's why you subscribe, because we take things deeper here, because you can handle it deeper. I know you can. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You tell me. So, yep, let's do it. So, original supply. 100 billion lumens were created when the Stellar network went live. That's the original supply. Check it out right here. Original supply, 9/30/2015, 1 million. Pretty interesting. So, let's go back. Okay. So now we go to inflation lumens. For the first 5 years or so of Stellar's existence, all right, the supply of lumens increased by 1% annually. This network inflation was ended. Hello, if you're listening now, this is what we need to clear up. Check this out. This network inflation was ended by a validator vote on October 28th, 2019. Was ended. All right, so we know there's no more being created from this network inflation. The total number of lumens generated was 5,447,000,000, blah, 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 blah. Okay, adding this number to the original supply gives you that 105,440,000,000, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, this number is visible on list all ledgers, Horizon API endpoint. You can actually find this really, really easy. Okay, so now let's get into some more things, right, that people are really confused about. And we're going to clear the air. All right, burned lumens. These are all the lumens that are sent to accounts with no signers, meaning the funds are inaccessible and have been removed from Lumen supply. Okay, pretty interesting. All right, so now let's go to the total supply. The total supply in lumens is now 50 billion, 1 million 800,000, 905, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The upgrade reserve. The upgrade reserve is a special address that's neither circulating nor part of SDF's mandate. But then again, I'm just telling you right now, the actual total supply is 50 billion. All right. And if, again, we go to here, the total supply, there it is right there. Right. Numbers matching. Now I got to go back to the page so I don't lose it. All right. So I'm back here. All right. So that's the upgrade reserve. The upgrade reserve is essentially an escrow account for when they did the original algorithm back in 2015. For anyone that needs to claim it, swap over the tokens, that's what they have it. They don't expect much to come out of that, so we're not too worried about that. The fee pool is where the network collects fees. Yes, remember Stellar collects fees? Oh, pretty interesting. The lumens not belong to any particular account. No one has access to the fee pool, so these lumens are non-circulating. All right, so these are the fee pool ones. Network validators, though, could theoretically vote for a protocol change that would affect the fee pool. For those of you, right, I was talking with 3 of you over the last few days about exactly this, that fee pool, and that, yes, theoretically, the validators could vote for a protocol change to put those into circulation. But right now, there's not that many. All right, because it's 1/100,000th of a lumen is the transfer fee. So when Stellar comes up to scale, yes, this will be a huge idea, but right now we don't have to worry about that. The Sdf mandate is described in detail here. The foundation was funded by lumens, generated at Stellar's inception. All those lumens will eventually be spent or distributed to enhance and promote Stellar. Okay, so that's exactly where I think people are getting lost here, all right? Stellar has a whole bunch of funds, right? I mean, a whole bunch of funds. And you know what? Before we get that, let's just go to circulating supply super quick, and then we'll jump back to funds, all right? The circulating supply is lumens in the hands of individuals and independent companies. Think of traders, blah, blah, and the wallets and so forth, right? Used to pay network fees, fund Stellar accounts. Okay, we already knew that. But let's go back to all these funds and what we were talking, okay? The Stellar Development Foundation mandate is described here in detail. So we go to that one, right? The Sdf mandate. So this is basically where you start learning about how Stellar wants to do their program, right? How do they want lumens in the network, Stellar network, to grow and be successful, okay? So right now they have all these ledgers out here, and you can go to any of these and you can check out their further descriptions already. It's in detail, totally open, not a big deal. All right, but what people are getting kind of messed with is, remember, Stellar uses lumens to pay for its activities. Eventually, Stellar is going to run out of lumens on that end of it, right? It's a non-for-profit. That's how they're running their company, okay? Think of it like an IPO. Again, not exactly the same, but it's the same concept. An IPO, a crowdfund thing, right? You get a whole bunch of money, right, to start your company. What do you do with that money? You have to invest it in something, right? Whether it's infrastructure, advertising, your operations, sales, you name it. You have to invest it in something to make your business grow, okay? Stellar right now is spending money by building these payment corridors and by building these business brands, right? Investing in AirTM so that there is a Latin America, US payment corridor, right? That gets established and strong, boom, right? Stellar is set there. We just talked about Stellar with Europe and Africa, that payment corridor. That's a huge profitable payment corridor, by the way, in that area, right? So if they keep building all these Stellar, Lumens, I mean, everything, it grows, and gets stronger and stronger as a brand. Stellar has to spend. Stellar has to spend. So what's going to happen is these funds that are there, they're going to be dumped into the circulating supply. That doesn't mean new coins are being minted. That 50 billion is all there is. 50 billion, 1 million, whatever it is. That's all they got. That is it. Over 10 years, Stellar wants to get rid of all that money. And again, all of this is listed throughout here. You are welcome to read it. You can go totally deep dive. I'm telling you, though, it is juicy stuff. I like this kind of stuff. I really get into this. They go on community funds, use case investments, you name it. But all of those lumens that they have to spend it. They do community grants, development funds, enterprise, they got it. They got it out there. So by them investing in all these programs, whether they're big or small, Stellar is growing its brand, its business, its idea of bringing financial capabilities to the underbanked, all right? You want this. Trust me. You want Stellar to spend as much as possible because that is only going to develop this big growing financial ecosystem that is just amazing when you start really deep diving into it, okay? So the more they invest, the more this infrastructure of this ecosystem grows. The tighter this thing becomes, the better and stronger Stellar becomes in the long term. Okay, I'm personally invested in Stellar long term. I love the idea and the concept behind what they're doing. what I really enjoy is that they're open about it, and they're very aggressive, and they're growing, and it's impressive stuff. All right, so what did you think of that deep dive? We kind of went down the rabbit hole. Hopefully you stuck with me on it. We learned something today, right? We learned that Stellar is not, no, they are not creating more lumens. They're using their existing lumens, which are in a well-defined ledger, and using that to build a business which is going to be around for years and years to come. I'm a big fan, big fan of all this stuff. So if you like this content, hit me up. Leave a comment, leave a like, let me know if you subscribe down below. I will personally get back to you no matter how late it is. And you know what? I'm going to do a real late drop on this video. We're going to drop this one late for all you night owls out there. So if you stuck to the end and you're a night owl and you watch this, comment below. I'd be very curious to see when y'all are reading this or watching this. Jesus, reading it? No, watching it. All right, so Klaus, family, hobbies, cards, catch you later. Yeah.